Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Life After Lasso. We are kicking off Season 3. We're about to begin our first Champions League campaign, and it all starts here on transfer deadline day. So let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 3 of Life After Lasso. Thank you very much for coming back. I hope you've enjoyed the first two seasons so far. We're in for the Champions League this year. Hopefully we can make a better go of it this year. We done very well to finish fourth last season. So we're looking to kick on this season and hopefully challenge, maybe domestically, certainly for a few cups, but we're also trying to give it a go in Europe. Before we do go on, of course, as always, I have to ask, please do hit that subscribe button. It helps to keep the channel going. It helps to allow me to bring you content like this and other similar content in the near future. It's also a good feedback indicator for myself to know if you're liking it. And of course, please do leave your comments. If you're playing with AFC Richmond yourself, please do let me know how you're getting on with that and what success you've or failures you've had possibly. We'd love to get any feedback regarding the Richmond save. So as we mentioned, we're kicking off on transfer deadline day. Before we actually get into the transfer business, we're going to show the first two results of the season. It is the end of August. We kicked off the new season with a win against newly promoted Bristol City. As you can see there, game finished 6-0. Let's bring you the goals from that. Just very quickly, we are using a new skin this year. We're using the OPZ Elite skin, and I will link that for you down in the description as well. But here are the goals. As you can see, first of all, Scott steps up, scores a penalty. Pretty straightforward. Here goes, plays the ball across Lamar, gets the turn, cuts it back over, and Rojas. I mean, he's on mark. He really can't miss there. You know, it's what Danny Rojas does. Jimmy Tart receives a ball wide right, plays the Scott, he plays a first time pass, and the Danny Rojas. Defender gets a tackle in, Rojas gets the ball back off the rebound and just lets it over the keeper. And Danny Rojas wins the ball here. It comes loose to Tart, makes the turn. Danny Rojas is there, slot the ball in. I mean, that's 4-0 at half time already. Second half kicks off. You can see here Thomas Lamar breaking down the left wing, switches it back. Jamie Tart's there, heads it into the bottom corner. And the final goal of the game, as you can see here, Ubasanya plays the ball forward to Lamar again, cuts it back to Lamar, and from distance, curves it into the top corner. Absolutely fantastic goal. Of all the goals we scored, that one was the best. We followed up that game, unfortunately, with a game against Liverpool. As you'll see, we were away to Liverpool here. Not quite matching up with how we've done against Liverpool in recent years. We've had a pretty good record against them. Unfortunately, this was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, where we came away not only with a defeat, but also we didn't score. It's the first time against Liverpool that they've kept a clean sheet against us. As you can see here, ball breaks left to Trent Alexander-Arnold, gets across in, and Geary. It means a fantastic header. You can take nothing away from it. You know, he does very well there. Liverpool, of course, with Dybala in their team. Ball comes to Mane from distance. It's a great finish. You know, not a lot you can do really. You know, into Dybala, Otavio plays into Mane, who slots it into the bottom corner. Very good finish again. So yeah, I mean, there's not really an awful lot we could have done about that. I think 3-0 was probably a fair result on reflection. They had 21 shots against our, I think it was 8 or 9. So not really a lot we can do there. As you may have noticed as well, we do have some custom logos going on here. So as you'll see, Liverpool, Spurs, Wolves, Bournemouth there, all with these custom logos. These are logos I've created myself. I will put a link for them in the description below as well. It is a full set, as you can see here: Villa, Wolves, Bristol, Southampton, Chelsea. It is a full set of Premier League and Champions League logos. By the time this video comes out, there should also be League 1 and League 2 logos as well. But the links for those are in the description. So we'll move on to the reason why we're here. We're here for transfer deadline day. We're going to get a look at some of the business we've done already. First of all, as you can see here, at the end of the season, we've released quite a number of players. A few players wanted to leave. A few players weren't playing regularly. Tariq Lamptey, Hamza Choudhury, Richard Montlar, and Lewis Cook specifically. Big name players. that weren't playing first team football. As you can see here, Lamptey moved for 54 million. He's off to Newcastle. We can see Hamza Choudhury going for 2.2 million up to 2.7 million. He's off to Norwich City. You can see here Richard Montlar off to Newcastle as well. His fee was 54 million. So we've brought in 105 million from Newcastle alone. Lewis Cook spent the second half of last season out on loan. He has joined Everton for a fee of 18 million. And the other big one then was Matthias Ginter, who, he was playing at Richmond. We qualified for Champions League. That was great. Not a big name club, and Dortmund came in looking for him. So he wanted to go. We signed him on a free transfer the year before. He is 29 years of age. We got 35.5 million for him. Ben Woodburn, another man we sold recently for 4.5 million, has just recently gone to Stoke, just in the last few days. We signed him on a free transfer as well. We made a 4.5 million profit. That's fine. We're okay with that. And Matt Pav, one of our youngsters that come through the ranks, didn't really break into the first team. He might have played maybe 1 or 2 games here and there. He actually played 0 games in the first team and spent 2 years out on loan with Forest Green. He has moved for a fee of up to 14.75 million. And everybody else then is just loan deals out and so forth. In terms of who we've brought in Serginho Dest on loan from Barcelona. It is a 1-season loan. It is costing 5.5 million. We are paying his full £60,000 a week wages, but he gives us great options, especially with Tarek Lamptey going. He can play on the right and he can play on the left as well. Very comfortable in fullback or wingback on both sides. We'll provide great cover for Samu Wisania, and should we need it, also for Goodman and Lodi on the left-hand side. We also have brought in Kasper Dolberg because we feel we need to strengthen a little bit in the striker positions. We have Jamie Tart and Danny Rojas, great, the 2 aces. They play fantastically well, but should they need a rest or there's an injury, we have Kasper Dolberg to easily step in there. Very good stats again. Looks a good promising player. We will see how we get on with him during the season. And you may have noticed that the big one so far, Heung-min Son was unhappy at Spurs for not getting European qualification. We put in a bid. The bid was accepted. We've signed him. We are delighted, and as a Spurs fan especially, I'm over the moon with this. Now, he is 31 years of age. You may have noticed we've paid 97 million for him. It's maybe a little bit steep. It is steep. It's ridiculously steep. I mean, there's no 2 ways around that. It is a very steep price, but it's Heung-min Son. I am going to sign him at every opportunity. So he's coming to strengthen our attacking options as well on the wing. Currently, we do have a number of offers open. We are looking to bring in at least one more centre back. We have offers here for Morado for 32.5 million from Benfica. A good young player as well. A lot of room to grow, definitely. We've also made an offer for Lissandro Martinez, 25 years of age now, very much an established player. Could definitely bolster our defence quite a bit. We also have Cameron Carter-Vickers, who we're looking at from Aston Villa. Again, and we partially because he's American, but we are looking to bring him in as well potentially and see if he can help shore up some of that defence. He is, you think he's young. He's actually 25 years of age. As a Spurs fan, it seems like he's been around for 20 years. Obviously he hasn't, but he has been a Spurs for a long time and he has been loaned out quite a lot as well. So one of these 3 defenders we are definitely going to do a deal for. All our players we're in for is Johnny from Internacional in Brazil. Also America. He's American-Brazilian. So he is central midfielder. We need to bolster our central midfield options. So we've brought him in. Looks a very good prospect. He is still young. There's plenty of room for growth there. But his stats are pretty good so far, particularly his physical and his mental stats as well. So we look to develop him. We also have bid in for Sivert Mansverk. I can never get that. Is also a good young prospect. He's a Norwegian player. We're signing him from Molde. We're just waiting on confirmation for that as well. And you may have also noticed there, and as a Spurs fan, of course, you know, I'm going to put on a bid for Dejan Kulusevski. Of course, this game was started with the database before the winter updates, the January updates in the start of 2022 this year. So he is at that time a Juventus player. He's still at Juventus yet. We've put in a loan offer for him. In that loan offer, there is an option to sign him for an optional future fee of up to 80 million. Now, this is probably our last season with AFC Richmond, so it's highly unlikely that we will go ahead with that. We are paying only 40% of his wages, so we are paying only £40,000 a week for him, but we are paying 1 million playing, 2.1 million not playing, so quite a large loan fee on that as well. Expect the monthly contribution 2.5 million, so monthly contribution between 2.2 and 2.5 million we're spending on him per month. So we're in the transfer deadline day. There are 12 hours left of the day. We're going to see what business we can get over the line. We have a bid coming in here for John Stick. People are bidding for this kid. I know nothing about him. Mansverk is over the line. Let's go. So deal confirmed. There we go. Sivert Mansverk is an AFC Richmond player, and absolutely delighted to get him across the line. Good strength to our centre midfield. Fee rising up to 6.75 million, but that's fine. That's not a problem. And Kulusevski now is... Kulusevski is the one I'm debating over, because as a Spurs fan, again, as I say, I think he's an incredible player. It gives us strength in areas. Do you have a right winger? I've actually got two. I've got Declan Coburn and Ian Scott, and Ian Scott's a young prospect, and we're trying to build him up. Bringing in Kulusevski could put a halt on that, but Kulusevski is a quality player with Champions League experience. It's a loan. It's a loan. We'll bring him in. Let's do it. Kulusevski is in the door. Mansverk is in the door. So we'll ask Obasanya just to welcome him. And we'll get him welcomed as well. Perfect. We will do a squad registration as well here very quickly. Mansverk is still classified under 21, so that's fine. We have room for 3 more players, so we will sort that out very, very shortly. Alfred Darton's going out known. So this is where we're at. Let's quickly do the EFL Cup draw, the Carabao Cup. Puts this against Middlesbrough, so that's fine. That's no problem. Morado for 33.5 million on a wage of 60 grand, compared to Lissandro at 39.5 million on 80 grand. Lissandro can play left. Morado is only centre. We could sign Carter Vickers and Morado for about the same money as Martinez, and only £20,000 a week more, because combined their wages at 60 and 40 almost, it's almost 100,000 obviously, compared to Lissandro Martinez, who is going to cost us 80 grand a week. I don't know what to do. Carter Vickers is a homegrown player. Is Murat? We're about to sign all 3 of these guys. Squad player. Squad player. Squad player. Carter Vickers. Carter Vickers is homegrown. Both these other guys aren't. Sandro Martinez is a big name player. His wage does go up to 85 grand after 10 caps. Martinez doesn't have such a clause, but is instantly going to earn... Is Morado going to earn 10 caps within a season? Give or take. We're doing it. Morado and Carter Vickers in. No, we're not taking Martinez. Not answering that. Roberts is going out on loan. So, and here we go. It's the Champions League group stages. So, who have we got? Gotta be kidding me. Real Madrid, Juventus, and Rangers. Welcome to your first Champions League draw, Richmond. You've got Real Madrid and Juventus. Thanks for that. I mean, Rangers are going to be tough as well. Take nothing away from it. But I feel like they're not going to be the hardest team. Let's say this kid because he is not getting games. So 3 hours remaining. I'm going to have to set my assistant. I don't understand why this Johnny deal is not going ahead. It's absolutely not a panic buy. That's fine. I don't know why this deal is not going ahead. Please let it go ahead. Ask for confirmation. There it is. Johnny is in the door. When is he joining us? I think it's right now. I'm not sure. I feel like it's going to be later. And here he is. Excellent. So we've got him in. So we've done actually an incredible amount of business. So we have 25-man squad. Perfect. 2 hours remaining. Let's get this transfer window closed and let's get out of here. So, and that is it. Deadline day has been and gone. Transfer window is closed. We're in the negative for the first time, as you will have seen from previous years. We've made 86. We spent 86 million. We made 146. We had a 60 million pound profit there. Then last season we spent 46 and made 81. So we have a profit of 35 million there. And this year we have a negative of only 26 million. That's not too bad. We can cope with that. That's fine. But we have assembled what I think is a very good, strong squad. Colin Hughes didn't get his loan move that he's looking for. That's fine. You'll still be used in rotation unless somebody else comes in looking for you. But that is it. That is transfer deadline day. It has been and gone. We will assign squad numbers momentarily. We'll do that off camera. Don't need to do that now. But that is it for episode 1. It's a little bit longer. It's taking a little bit longer to get through than we had expected. But that is it for episode 1. That's transfer deadline day. That's August is complete. We move into September and we kick off our Champions League campaign. We will be back in episode 2 to see those games, to see those goals. But until then, thank you for watching and we will see you in the next one. Take care.